Yeah, no, it's crazy. They're all crazy. They're out here watching reviews of shoes they already bought. Serial killers, if you ask me. Woo! Oh, not you. I mean the other people watching the video. You know, not you though. Not you. You're not crazy at all. Hey, what's going on? Y'all know I'm just kidding around here. My name is Chris, and on this channel I like to make content around men's shoes, clothes, and grooming products as a whole. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's get to the meat and potatoes. Man, this is getting aggressive every time I say that, right? To start off with, I think everyone should know that these shoes do not fit true to size. Now, I normally wear a size 9 in almost everything, and occasionally I go up to a 9.5, and well, very rare, I go up to the 10, right? Now, they were actually out of 9s, but he told me that if you wear a 9 in Vans, which I had on at that time, then you probably wear an 8 in Chuck Taylor's. And I was like, there's no way. So don't even bring me a 10 and the 8 just to see, because I was like, yeah, an 8, I haven't worn an 8 since like middle school, right? But sure enough, as soon as he brought them out, tried on the 10s, and they were way too big. In the 8s, they fit. Now, if you have a flat or a wide foot, then maybe you might want to go a half size down, but definitely sizing up ain't the way to go on these. Now, outside of the sizing, the toe box is a little narrow, but it's not much of a nuisance. Like, you won't really notice that it kind of narrows in at the top like most shoes do. The tongue is really narrow canvas, so it doesn't squeeze on your foot that much, and it kind of weirds me out that there's no branding like on the tongue itself, because that's where branding always is, right? Or is that just me? And again, I just want to say one more time that if you have a bigger foot or just a wider foot than most people, you might want to only go a half size down rather than a full size down, just give you that extra room up at the front. The first day I got these, I wore these for 6 hours straight. 6 hours. And I can tell you for a fact that these are more comfortable than Nike Blazers. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you, but they are. The insole of this shoe is actually surprisingly thick, and it makes a big difference. It's about half an inch thick, to be more precise, at the heel. As I said before, I wore these for 6 hours straight, and by the end, like, the pad part of my foot did start to hurt, but you talk about 6 hours. I mean, I was up, walking around, sitting down, moving around a lot. So I put them to the test pretty fast just to see. Now, you'll also see people lifting in these a lot, just like you see people lifting weights in the Blazers, and it's pretty much for the same reason that they're flat at the heel. They're pretty base, and they wrap around your foot really nicely. Oh, I know I said the toe box kind of curves in, but sizing down to an 8, for what it is, it's a decent amount of space in the toe box. Even with the toe being this rubber and having this extra rubber wrapping around it, it's still a good amount of space in the shoe itself. I really don't think it should be too hard to wear these for hours on end, no matter what kind of foot you have. I don't know. You know what I mean though. It really shouldn't be. These aren't like straight up walking shoes, but you should be okay to go out and about and have a full day with these. The heel of the shoe does have that cardboard insert or whatever material they use, which I learned is actually called the stiffener, and it does help keep the shape of the shoe, and it makes it a little bit easier to put the shoe on in general, because as we know, high tops are not the easiest to put on, especially leather and canvas. So overall, the comfort is a lot better than I remember it when I had a pair back in like middle school or whatever. And while we're here, really quick, let's just go ahead and touch on the price. Converse are actually really affordable. They're $60 everywhere. I mean, online on their website they retail for $60. I got mine at Journeys, and guess what? They were $60 in almost every colorway. I don't know if the Chuck 70s are, but the original All-Stars are 60 bucks. And that means that you don't really have to shop around. The colorways are almost always readily available wherever you go, especially in summer, because people just like to wear these in the summer. They really are a summer shoe. Let's go talk about the materials over there on the table, because you might be surprised. Before we get into the materials, is it just me, or did the patch used to be on the outside of the shoe, not the inside? You're like, Chris, what do we really even need to talk about the materials for? Because there's not much to it. It's canvas and rubber, right? And yeah, you're kind of right about that. Most of the shoe is canvas, including the tongue, the upper, and yeah, that's it. But canvas isn't a very breathable material, so wearing these on a hot summer day, your feet might get a little bit sweaty. Which brings me to my next point about the two little eyelets down here at the bottom. Now, from what I could tell, and to me, I think that they're to help with airflow, and a lot of other people on the internet seem to agree that they're for airflow, And that's because these were originally basketball shoes, so the thought was these would help whenever you lift your foot up, there'd be more air coming through and it go back down, you know, air push out. And I've seen on some other places on the internet like Reddit and whatever else that some people are saying that you're supposed to put your laces through those eyelets and it's supposed to help with foot support so you can plant your foot more, which I don't know about all that.
Through here and back through here. You want to lace it through this hole.
I'm gonna go with the part about it being for airflow because that just makes sense. But if you know different or if you've heard different, let me know in the comments below. And since we're on the topic of interesting things about the material, there's actually a patent on these shoes. And I know that because right here on the insole itself, there's a patent number. And I thought the patent was originally for the heel and the insole itself, because that makes sense, right? No, it's for the bottom outsole of the shoes. It's actually a patent for, and I gotta read this really quick, for a shoe with slip resistant, shape retaining fabric outsole. And as you can see, the outsoles actually have a cloth material on them, and that's what the patent is for, this cloth material on the outside of a shoe, which is to help with slipping. Now you're like, how do you know it's for slipping? Because it says it right there on the patent. But this also kind of explains the multiple patterns on the bottom of the shoes. As you can see, there's like 1, 2, 3, about 3 or 4 different patterns going on the outsoles of the shoe. The Chuck Taylors are a great casual shoe. Anybody can wear them, and I mean, you could almost wear them with anything. Not a suit, but some people might. Everyone's had a pair in their time at some point or another, and it's just another classic that I don't think is going anywhere anytime soon. So if you've been on the fence about getting them, hopefully this video helps you out and helps you decide if you actually do want to go ahead and grab a pair of these. And you already know I'm gonna do the styling video and everything. I know you asked for the black ones, but it's summertime, so I'll grab the white ones. I know, my bad. So that's gonna be it for this one. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Now you know probably way more about Converse than you ever wanted to, but there you go.